Luka's got it.
Got
I got Pasquale, I got Nick Cavaleri, I got Mike Walter, I got Joe, I got Greg Friend, I got Christy Amico, I got Anthony. We got people coming on, Big Daddy.
Hello, my friends. I love you all.
They love you too. I got David, DJ Spin Mears.
Oh, my God.
Hey, you guys, if you guys are on right now, if you guys could reshare the link on your Facebook so we could populate Zoom, that would be great. So if you guys could take that that link, that number, 963-632-056, join us on Zoom. That would help us out.
I'll pop that in the chat. Yes, sorry about that, guys. Everybody in the world's using Zoom right now, and it just is crashing left and right because it's just over. Luka, what'd you say it was again? Said it was.
It is 963-632-056.
Okay, I'm going to have you say that one more time, and I'm going to have you say that nice and slow.
I put it in the chat.
9, 6,
Not that slow.
3, 6, 3, 2, 056. So if everybody could share that on their Facebook, that would be awesome.
That is the Zoom. What do they call it? The Zoom key?
Zoom ID, Zoom phone number, Zoom whatever.
Okay.
So we were talking before everybody got on, and I think everybody that's watching here knows who Sean is. I don't think I really have to give an introduction on this gentleman, but what we're going to do is we're going to pin him by himself on this page, and we're going to let Sean basically take over. Sean, you ready, big guy?
I'm ready.
Luka, do your thing, man. We got it. Go ahead, buddy.
Good evening, everybody. I am absolutely honored and humbled to be here with you all. Let me get my hands out of my face. We all know what's going on. We see it every day. We see it every hour on the hour. I am here to hopefully motivate you, inspire you. Remember, smile as loud as you can. There are clients, if we're going to, let's go straight DJ for right now. The big DJ companies, and I know a bunch of them, are going through HE double hockey sticks. And how they are handling themselves during this is absolutely amazing. All the employees they have furloughed, this, that, the other thing. It is absolutely amazing to me. What I have a favor for everybody. Stop putting up negative posts. Oops. Sorry about that. I lost myself for a minute there. Stop putting up negative posts. We're all going through the same thing. What I want you to do for me is to put up something, a great positive thing like Mike did today, Mike Walter did today. Mike, how are you, babe? All of my friends out there, it's a blessing to be here with you all. What Mike and Eric and Luka Miller, thank you very much for helping put this together tonight. I know it took a while to get us on. Whatever's going on in the background, if you're hammering something, hammer my head, please. A lot of my friends and especially my family are all worried about me because, my immune system is supposed to be lower than usual because of the chemo, the radiation, even though it was 6, 7, 8 years ago. And I just had a basal carcinoma removed from my head. Well, my friends, let me just give you a little. Hi, Michelle. I'm going tomorrow to the dermatologist. They're going to check it out. Because I've been, sitting around pretty much doing nothing or catching air or working out, whatever, and not working every minute, every day, the carcinoma is healed a lot quicker than I thought it was going to. So I got to go to the dermatologist tomorrow. Well, I was heading out to Orlando. I was supposed to be there March 22nd to the 26th for Asher's 5th birthday. And the doctor said, your immune system is stronger than a lot of people that we see here every day. I was a nice up, but they said, don't chance going. And I'm very glad that I did take them up on their advice because I would be sitting down, hold up, quarantined in a hotel room somewhere and not being able to see any of my, either one of the grandkids down there or Casey and Stephanie. Whatever they tell you to do, God, it sucks. I live in a 3-room apartment with a bedroom and a bathroom. Hi, Nick. How are you, baby? And to everybody else that's tuning in, hi, everybody. But you know what? You got to do what you got to do. We have to do this because the quicker we do this, the quicker it's going to be over. It's going to take a little while. Don't hold your breath. Just do the right thing. That's number one. Number two, when you're dealing with your clients, like Eric does, like Luka does, like Mike does, and everybody on here that is either a salesperson for their entertainment company or the owner of their entertainment company, these people are going through hell. What you have to remember is two simple words. To start off with, be kind. Listen to what they have to say. Hopefully you can, for me, I'm blessed. Everybody's moving to dates that I can do for them. I'm doing a couple of Monday weddings. I'm doing some Thursday weddings and everything. But they're going through a lot. Be kind. That works, right, babe? And hashtag alone together, because we're going to get through this together. And you know what? If you're going to be able out driving around, turn on the music loud, roll down the windows if it's warm enough. Let everybody feel it's going to be okay. We are going to be okay. Just don't get into groups of 15 or 20 and be 6 feet apart. That is garbage. Just one or two people. This afternoon, what I did was I went to my wonderful breakfast and lunch place, Early Bird Cafe, hung out. There was nobody in the place, just hanging out, chatting with the owner from one end of the room to the other and trying to help. I'll deliver to people. I'll do whatever. Be kind. Support the venues or vendors that use you, that recommend you. Like a couple of restaurants that do off-premise catering. I've gotten food from a couple of times, and they were very thankful for that. Also, and Mike Walter put this up, and it was brilliant. Get a hold of the venues that recommend you a lot that you don't hear from all the time because you're so busy. You go in, you come out, you're 5 hours later, you're out. Goodbye, done. You don't really get a chance. Call these folks. I called like 3 of them yesterday. They were so happy to hear. And guys, I'm not calling for business. I'm calling to make sure you and your families are doing well. Because they're going through hell just like we are. The head banquet managers and everything else and the head salespeople there, they're going crazy. So you got to be kind to as many people as you can. Yes, are some people going to suck real bad? Ooh, yes, they are. But rise above that. Rise above that. I had a couple of people I've had, that really tried to get under my skin. I say, listen, I'll get back to you tomorrow. I go outside, I punch something and just get it out of me, scream, yell into a pillow, whatever the case may be. Right now, we have to be, as entertainers, disc jockeys, whatever we are in this business, we have to be very aware of our surroundings, because when this is over, those people have very selective memories. Our clients, clientele, other vendors, photographers, whatever, photographers, everything. They are going to remember who the nice guys, nice girls were. Play nice in the sand. Sometimes it sucks to suck it up, but either suck it up now or sit at home later too. You ain't going to be just sitting home now. You're going to be sitting home later too, because they're going to remember. Oh, yeah, I remember how he handled this, this, and this. No, I've got a couple other people to call. Does that make sense? Lance, thank you, babe. I like that. Hashtag BigFacts. Listen, the education you guys are going to get, okay, from tomorrow through the end of April, except for April 11th, is key. All the folks that are going to be on from here on out are going to educate you. Mike Walter, all these people. The only thing I can do for you is to hopefully motivate you to get up off your ass and say positive power works no matter what. If you get hit, come back stronger. It's like in Rocky Balboa, oh guys, last Friday night, Hoosiers and Rocky Balboa right in a row. I'm surprised I didn't get arrested by my neighbors, because I was dancing, singing, screaming, hollering. And at the end of Rocky Balboa, when he came out for the curtain call, I was crying like a 3-year-old that didn't get ice cream. Be strong. Stay strong. And remember, if you can, do it with a smile on your face and be kind. Weddings are, I shouldn't say easier to move. They really aren't, because you're trying with multi-ops, you're trying to fill it. And, people, Chris D'Amico, everybody else, if you're not available for their event, they may absolutely, boom. They may come back and say, we can't hire you because we want you. Nobody else in your company fits our bill. Tell them to read their contract. That's all I can say. But, you want to do the right thing because because of social media, the Knot, Wedding Wire, Google, whatever review board they go on. You don't want that. But, bar and bat mitzvahs are tougher because they're 2 and 3 years out. And now because schools are closing, they're having to change their dates, and they're going to lose some of they're going to lose their MC that they may have wanted really bad because they're trying to move it to another date. Again, patience is a virtue. And I salute each and every one of the DJs that are on here tonight, my friends, my family, everybody. I salute you because right now sucks. We know that. But you've got to put on a brave face, if you will. Hi, Mike. How are you? Just remember, they're going to remember. I had a bride that called. I booked 2 weddings in the past 2 days. Repeat clients from, families. Was on the phone with a wonderful girl. And I recognize the last name, but there's like 3 different families with the last name Knapp. And I said, who was your dad that passed away a couple of years ago? Well, she told me her father's name was Gordy Knapp. Truly one of the greatest human beings I've ever met. I've known this man. I knew this man for almost 50, probably over 50 years. Truly one of the greatest people. I was in Boy Scouts. This man had a positive thing to say every time you saw him. Shake the hand, hug, everything else. This girl goes, oh, yeah, you knew my dad. I said, yes, I did. And, you just got to feel that kind of stuff out. Or I had a bride call me freaking out. Sean, we're still on for May 30th. I don't know. Can we move it? Of course we can, whatever. Also, if they're getting freaking out, tell them to get off of social media, hang up their phones, turn that off. Get together with your fiance or significant other, whatever it is, and concentrate on you too. That's it. Concentrate on you. And then if the people are still bothering you after that, call me. Anybody in the country wants to call me, you can. We'll play my favorite new game, rock, paper, scissors, throat punch. I win. It's hard enough to live in this world right now where nobody's listening to anybody. And everybody's putting, people are putting up about this person, the political, this, that, that. Caca. We are in a deep pandemic, everything else. We know that. But as entertainers, we have to be as positive as we can. Stay as strong as you can. Try not to bend, but not like Gumby. And smile as loud as you can. And the big hashtag DBAD from my wonderful friend Richard Mills in New Zealand. Don't be a dick. It's so simple. Everybody's miserable out there. I'm traveling. I see this woman like frowning and screaming into her phone. Luckily, it was by a stoplight. I stopped. I said, would you do me a favor? She goes, what? I said, how about a big smile? And I'll sing for you. She goes, what? I said, smile, oh, your heart is ache. She turned off her phone and smiled. That's what you got to do. You don't have to go that crazy because I'm an idiot. If you can, amen, Chris. Love it. Are there any questions out there for right now? I've been babbling for 15, 20 minutes.
And that's what we wanted you to do, Sean.
For me, my saving grace right now is FaceTime because of Asher and Kellen. Asher just turned 5. Kellen is 3. And Kellen is the karma we've all been waiting for in my family because he is just like his father. It is wonderful to see. And thank God for FaceTime there. And, I FaceTime with them 2 or 3 days a week. And my daughter-in-law, Stephanie, down in Florida, is a nurse. She's a registered nurse. Stephanie, I salute you. I love you. I thank you. I thank all the nurses, the doctors, and all the pictures you see on the news for the 5 minutes I'm on news. First responders, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's a tough job. And you know, when you look at the grand scheme of things, what we do is a piece of cake compared to what they've got to do right now. And my Desi and Shannon up here, they're going to be okay. And there's Sean, who turned 5 in January. There is Caden, who's the Karma, the bull in the china shop, who just turned 2. And our little girl, Piper. They are my reasons why. Find out. Figure it out. You know, I see pictures and I chat with Mike, but Mike Walter must think I'm the biggest pain in the neck in the world because I call him all the time and he picks up all the time, and I thank you for that, babe. Looking at his family, Kelly, Monday was 7 years. Probably 7 years ago was probably one of the greatest days in wedding history. Mike and Kelly got married. You have a question from Texas. What is it? I can't read the whole thing.
Big Daddy, can you give us karaoke singing lessons and or singing tips in the near future, since you always bring it? From DJ Mikey Mike.
Mikey Mike, you call me. I am me. If you guys are crazy, but I am me on Facebook, on the Instant Messenger on Facebook. I'll give you my phone number, whatever you need, you got.
And Sean, and by the way, Sean, just so you know, the icon Luka Miller just was able to get Zoom to integrate with Facebook, so we are now also on Facebook Live now.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, welcome to the wonderful world of, oh my God, who the hell is this? But just remember.
That was a practice the first 20 minutes.
I figured that. Guys, again, I don't have to tell you. The social media will tell you. The news will tell you everything else. Take this time to reset, Luka. Yeah, perfect. But reset with your family. Because once this is over, celebrations galore, remove galore, everything else like that. So take advantage of the time you have with your family. That's the one thing that I will eternally regret, if you will. I've been divorced since 1993. My ex-wife, Jeannie, and she's one of the greatest people I know. Her husband and I sat, the kid's stepdad, sat at Christmas up at Desi and Shannon's house on Christmas Day and just chatted and had a wonderful time. People don't get my relationship. Sometimes they don't get my relationship with Jeannie. Jeannie is the mother of my kids. She is the grandmother to my 5 grandkids. She's the mother-in-law to 2 wonderful girls. Besides that, she's also a great lady. We just weren't meant to be married, let's be honest. But we have 2 wonderful guys, and we laugh and we chat, you know, maybe once, twice a month, whatever it is. But when we're on the phone for a while. And, you know, the last story we shared was when Kellen goes to school next year in pre-K 4, within the second month, Casey and Stephanie are going to have to wear paper bags over their head. And Casey goes, why? I said, your mother and I did. Who's that kid? See those 2 people with the paper bags over their head? That's mom and dad. Oh, we understand now. But thank God for this. I lost a lot of time with my boys, my sons, when they were younger, because I moved back up here. Because if I didn't move back up, we're going to go totally honest. If I didn't move back up here, I wouldn't be here talking to you folks now. And it took me a long time to pick up my life. And it wasn't until I turned 40 that I figured out what I was supposed to hopefully do, and to take care of me first. I am blessed to be able to do what I do. And the blessing that I got the day I had the quote unquote epiphany, I will never take advantage of this business that we're in. I will do 110% every time I walk out this door and walk into somebody else's wonderful life celebration. Folks, we are blessed to be able to fucking do what we do. and I will pound my table. I will pound every podium known to man. We are blessed to be able to celebrate life and love either on the weekends, during the week, whatever it is. My karaoke shows, I'm the most different karaoke host you've ever seen in your life because I will let you sing whatever you want, then I'll verbally destroy at the end and give you a hug and say, I love you. There's nothing fake here. This is me. And I know a lot of you know, but I went through cancer from 2008 into 2009, and then 2012 into almost 2014. Both of my boys got married. One of them Casey and Stephanie got married August 12th, 2012. Desi and Shannon got married May 12th, 2013. While they were getting married, I was going through chemo. I started chemo right after Casey's wedding. In 2008 and 2009, I was going through radiation, and Mike called me every morning. I went into radiation. I went 5 days a week. And and I probably shared this with everybody. I did over 400 events while going through chemo and radiation. I did not miss an event. I had some of the greatest help known to man. My son, Desi, who was living up here, still, lived up here. Casey was down in Orlando. They were my lifeblood. I didn't have to lift a finger. I walked in, did my thing, got home, cried like a baby until the next day, got up and did it again. 3 days, the first month, October 1 through October 26th of 2012, I did 24 chemos every day, 5 days a week for the first 25 days of the month of October. Didn't miss anything. This right here, coronavirus, I'm staying inside because if I don't, I'm going to get yelled at, and Desi's going to come down, and Desi's 6'6", and he'll beat the snot out of me. But everything you can do to be amazing for your clients, right now it starts with the phone call or the email. The phone call going, oh my God, our venue's closed. We can't do this. We got this. 3 words. We got this. You need to be on 110% no matter what. Yeah, we get to rest. We get to this. We don't have to move equipment, which is why my basal carcinoma is healing as quickly as it is. But from tomorrow on to the end of April, some of the most incredible, entertaining educators will be on this. Mike, if you don't get his books or whatever, you're out of your mind. Get his books. Read everything you can about Mike. Listen to his mixes. The New York one, Mike, was friggin' outstanding today. I'm sitting singing Back in the New York Groove, and the lady behind me at the stop sign is like, okay, next question. Read that to me from Greg Friend.
Love what you are saying. So what do you do when they demand their money back, their deposit? What do you do then?
Well, luckily I haven't had to deal with that, but are they able to switch the event to a date you can do? Number one. Number two, read your contract, folks. If it's only a deposit, if you want to be a good guy, you try to divert the deposit. We're giving them a year to a year and a half because I'm starting to get like April and May of next year because, everybody's freaking out with the venues. If they demand it, get yourself a lawyer and have your lawyer do you got to do, I'm doing the same good job. Okay. Yeah, you're on the right track, Greg. Listen, you have to explain to them. Read your contract. A lot of these contracts are non-refundable deposits. And as bad as things are, sorry, folks. If we have tried, yes, if you've tried to accommodate them, yeah, I know, Chris. I know we've had a nice long talk about that, but that's only one, and don't worry about the rest. Everything's going to be fine. But accommodate. as much as you can. And if you can't, a lot of these guys, if it's a close, 2 to 3 weeks out or a month out, by rights on your contract, you should be paid in full, not the day of the event, a week to 10 days before the event. So if you're, whatever, we're not doing that. We're letting them keep their deposits. A couple of corporate things are going to do it within 6 months or so. Keep the deposit, and we'll just put it on. No penalties or anything else like that. You just got to try to be as human as you can, no matter what they say. Bite your tongue, bite your hand, whatever. But I started in this end of the business. I've been in the business, music business I started in bands when I was 16 years old. That's 49 years ago. I was in a Chicago type band, everything else. I ran some nightclubs. I ran a big rock and roll bar up here and everything else. Decided I got divorced in 1993. I've been doing that here at James Daniel. I'm in my 28th year with James Daniel Entertainment. No, I'm not the owner. I am the general manager and a small little bit of a partner after all these years. But no matter what you're doing, every now and again, now you won't get burned out for at least another 2 years, because if you do, then you shouldn't be in this business. Because a lot of people ask me, how can you work as much as you do and not get burned out? Really? Really? I press buttons. I talk on a microphone 3 nights a week, make some nice cash, have some fun for 3 hours. That's not going to burn me out. Usually on a weekend, it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Back when I was a little bit younger, it was Friday, double, Saturday on a single, maybe a double on a Sunday every now and again. The most events I've done in a month, 47. Yeah, I did. Overnights, everything else when big after graduation parties were happening back in the late 90s, early 2000s. But right now, get yourself geared up, because once this thing has finally given up and we're able to have the all clear, you better be ready to celebrate life like you've never celebrated life and love before. Your clients and everybody out there deserve that because of what we are going through now. Hopefully we're not going to go through for another long time, whatever. Be ready. And whenever you're on the phone with a client, be as happy as you can, be as understanding as you can, until there's no more understanding, then you get your lawyers involved. And like I said, with the big ones, my boys, Matt Radicell, all these other folks, the Total Entertainments, all these big, huge companies with everything. Mike's got a ton of people working for him. How they've handled this is absolutely amazing to me. And we're just a little company. And we're blessed. I'm blessed with the clients that I have. Just booked another one, a bar mitzvah boy whose bar mitzvah I did 15 years ago, says, "Big Daddy, you told me when I was doing my bar mitzvah that if I ever got married, you would do it for me." Yes, so I am next year. Everybody, let's roll with this. You've got Eric, you've got Mike. I just got a nice message from somebody I recommended to the Early Bird that they had a wonderful dinner. And so we get more money for them too. That's another thing, guys. Your neighborhood vendors, your, bars that have food and stuff. Now in Connecticut, you can also, they're also including wine and stuff like that. You get it for cheap if you drink. But go around, see if it's just take a ride around your town. If there's somebody in your town that recommends you, whether it be a photographer, this, that, other, drop off something at their front door. A little something, doesn't mean anything. Just it means something to them because you're thinking about them and it's not about business. It's about personal. Right now, everything should be about personal, except when you're talking to your brides and grooms. Like I'm on the phone now, worse than ever. I don't care. I want to make sure that everybody that's on my speed dial and everybody that's in my business file, everything else knows. And I want them to know that I care. Not about the business, but about them. Because there's some families out there that need our help. it's just, we need help. And we're the people that are supposed to be helping.
I have a question for you, Sean. I mean, you're the epitome, not the epitome, you're the poster child for living to work, not working to live, because like myself, you love doing this more than anything in the world. This is your fun. I know you touched earlier on calling your lawyer and dealing with clients that want their money back. There has to be some kind of line, though, on what's ethics, what's morals, because we do know that even calling the lawyer could cause for people to go online and bash you on reviews. So how would you handle that based on individual clients? Is there something that you're looking for? Is there some kind of personality you're looking for? Is there some kind of tells you're looking for, where you know if you talk to a client on the phone that even though you might do the thing that's by law right, that it might not turn out right in the end based on them going online and saying something?
Well, you know what? It all depends on how the client is. There are people out there that don't care. They want their money back. You know, they don't even say, listen, we'd like to reschedule no, we're canceling it, everything. Well, you're losing your deposit, my friends. I'm sorry, but on your contract, it says non-refundable. Well, we're going to then do it. Me? Do it. Go for it. And then I'll have 5,000 people go, you're talking about Big Daddy that way? You're talking about James Daniel that way? Because we've given more in the years I've been there, and you just got to pick your battles. There's some battles you're not going to win. And, you don't even have to say to them you're going to, because they're going to go to their lawyer first. They're going to, my lawyer said this to this and this. And remember, if it gets to that point, remember, copy everything, copy and paste, whatever, record everything. So you have every single thing that they said to you, wrote to you, whatever. You have to, because they will lie straight through their teeth if it means that they're going to try and get their money back and try to make a fool out of you. Just make sure that you record everything, copy and paste whatever, every message you've gotten from them, every text, every email. Make a copy of everything that you have.
There's a lot of younger guys on here that may be solo ops, that may not have staff. If a client calls up and says, I want to reschedule my event to a date where you're already working, what is your suggestion for what they should be doing?
What they should be doing is trying to partner up with somebody that they know in their area that they trust. Like, you give back, okay, good for you, Pascal, God bless you. But I'm not the owner of the company, and it just, we're holding a deposit. We haven't got cancellations yet. Amen to that. But find somebody in your area that you trust, that you know is a friend, a DJ. And if they've got a couple of other guys that are on staff, you will recommend them to this person and just say, listen, I can't do this. You tried a couple of different dates. If you can, recommend them to your friend that you trust, number one. Number two, you're going to look like a hero, because yes, you are a single op, and you can say, listen, I can't do this. I'm booked that whole, I'm only one person. I can only, but these are the folks I want you to call. They'll know it before you call. Let me call them. They'll know everything about you ahead of time. And that's what you have to do.
How should these solo ops then handle the original deposit? I had a couple ask me that question. Guys that I know in the area, because we are a company, we have 20 guys. There's a couple solo ops who I know that are like, well, how do I handle the deposit then?
Work it out with your friend. If they go with your friend, give your friend half the deposit, and he'll work with magic with the rest. And keep that half deposit as commission or whatever.
What are you seeing around your area when it comes to different brides and different grooms and their mentality towards the entire situation? Are you seeing the same roller coaster that we're all seeing, where it's like one is up and one is down, and one is up and one is down, and some are holding strong, and some are just automatically going 2021. Is it all over the place up there where you are as well?
Yes and no, because I just had a couple that moved to 2021 because the grooms are military and they can't get out of where they are. One's in Phoenix and one's in California. They can't get out right now, so they couldn't even get out for their middle of June one. So we had to move to 2021. Most of my folks are, Sean, these are the dates they have open. Whatever date you have open amongst these, we're going with. Luckily, that's worked out a lot. But your military people, you're going to have the toughest time with, because some of them may not be able to get out for a while either. They may be quarantined there or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, we had a couple. I had a bride from parents were in China. They had to cancel because of obvious reasons. A military,
of course,
father who's very sick, and I only had 4 cancellations, and the fourth one was a couple that was in the hospital, and they both work in the hospital, and they're seeing it on the front line, and they just can't have their guests fly in from out of town.
Of course.
What do you see happening in the next 2 months when it comes to events coming back, and how this is going to play out in your mind?
Well, my next event, as of right now, is May 16th. It's a fundraiser, small little fund, about, a few $1,000s fundraiser for casino and everything else like that. I have a funny feeling we're going to be okay for that. But weddings and stuff, June on. I've got some stuff. Schools, you're done. Schools, don't even bother, because a lot of these schools around the area, right now, Richfield hasn't canceled school for the rest of the year, but I know that Indiana has, and I'm sure that Illinois is going to be coming soon. And there's, but your school stuff, my end of the year middle school stuff, probably not going to happen at the Boys and Girls Club. But, weddings, I think we're going to be okay. The inquiries right now are few and far between because everybody's worrying about their health and their money, which is fine. I understand that. But it'll move till probably from June and on. I think we're going to be okay.
I think weddings are a good industry to be in because they're not going to cancel like corporate will. Corporate will just say next year we'll do it again.
Right.
I have a lot of high schools that are still trying to hold their proms in July because they promised their kids. What we do on the weekends is fantastic, and I know a lot of guys do support themselves during the week at bars. How do you see the bar industry coming back?
Are you kidding me? Those people are going to, as soon as they're allowed to reopen, they're going to run to those bars like Forrest Gump. Are you kidding me? Those bars, I guarantee you, the day that they say the bars in my area can open, restaurants and bars, Forrest Gump didn't run that fast. And I've already offered to the owners, guys, for the first 2 weeks, let's make some money. I'll come in for free. I don't care. Buy me dinner, whatever. But as soon as bars are able to be open again, you bet your sweet behind these people are going to run faster than a 100-yard dash.
Well, I would think they would need entertainment because with no sports on television, there has to be a reason for people to come and be entertained.
Right. And karaoke is the entertainment, and we have some fun with it. We have, a little dance party here and there and whatever. But yeah, definitely. Once the bars are open, Forrest Gump couldn't run that fast.
So what are you most looking forward to when this is over? The bars or the weddings or the private events or everything, or just getting out of your house?
Everything, because I want to celebrate life like they've never celebrated it before. The people that we get to, the brides and grooms, they're going to be so, I'd love some, can I get some chocolate? Life is like a box of chocolates. But thank you, Paul, love you. Everything. It's the weddings. You just got to remember, guys, you can't, while you have the time off, if there was something that you have in your arsenal that you think, Pascal, you better be driving down here and give me Canadian cheese ASAP. You know that. But if there's something in your arsenal, like Jordan and I were on last week, if you're having trouble with your microphone skills, call me. I'll help any way I can. Or my man, right, Michael Walter, Eric, Mike Fernie, all these guys. Everybody's here to help. So what you can work on while you're on this hiatus, if you will, is making your weaknesses stronger. Guys, if Ben Stowe is on here, Ben, I love you with all of my heart. And I'm not saying this I'm saying this as an entertainer. Thanks to Ben and a few others, we have amazing equipment. We all get the same equipment. We all got lights. We all got dry ice for the floor and everything else. But what you do on that mic and behind that board is how they're going to remember. They're going to remember this over glitz. Heart over glitz. And yes, please don't stop bringing that stuff because, everybody has a great time with the light shows and the this and that. But remember, they're going to remember how they felt when they walked in, and they're going to remember how they felt when they left. Hit them hard early, hit them hard late. And if I hear one person say, I'm tired, then you come over to me, I will slap you right out of that nonsense. We are not going to be tired when we get back. We're going to want to do this. Eric, Mike, everybody, Pascal, all these people, everybody that's on this thing tonight with me, with us, they're going to want to celebrate life like no other. And there's another thing for me, intermittent fasting. After 8 o'clock at night, I eat nothing until noon the next day. My trainer says I've lost 45 pounds. Get in shape. Stay healthy. Take your vitamins. Let me go Hulk Hogan. Take your vitamins, say your prayers. But stay strong, my friends. Stay strong. We are going to get through this. And IM me, your phone number, whatever. I will talk to anybody at any time of the day or night. Luka, I know that. You're been great. Chris, God bless you. Luka looks great. I know his wife wants to throw him out of the house, but we're good. Luka, I love you, babe. And thank you for helping out tonight. But guys, this is what we're resting right now. And my thing was to motivate and inspire. I hope I did. But remember, you all have your own stories. You all have what made you decide to get into this business? Me? It was making people smile and forgetting everything that goes on outside those doors. Once they walk in, we get to play the Wizard of Oz. Make them forget everything until they walk out the door and they go, whoa, that was amazing. We need to do this again. Every event is special, no matter how little or how big it is. They've hired you. They get 110% of you each and every event you do. I'm proud of each and every one of you. I am blessed and humbled by all of the reaction for this evening and the questions, everything, and more humbled by the committee that asked me to do this. I love you all. Any other questions? Anything I can help with?
I just think it's amazing how one person as yourself can start a movement around the world and how beloved you are by every single person out there. And it just shows that age is a number and heart wins all the time. And I think that you're inspiring to every single person out here. And I think a lot of these youngins would really benefit from just 5 minutes with you.
Don't make me cry. Yes, I'm 65 years old, guys. And next year, right now, I've got 5 redos from this year right now. And I have total of 28 weddings next year at 66 years old. I told my trainer I was 65. He goes, there's no way. Yeah, I am. And I've survived cancer twice. And there's a reason that I was put on this earth. And I will never take advantage of that. And if I find somebody that is trying to take advantage of this business, you do not want to know me. Randy Bartlett is one of my mentors, one of my best friends in the world. He was the reason I remember Smile as Loud as You Can, because I was speaking down at Arms in 2013 and I was still going through chemo. And thank God he took notes. Because just a quick story, a very dear friend of ours in the business from New Jersey, Richie Vulpes, passed away in 2013. He had his celebration of life in a Catholic church. Now, when I walk into a Catholic church, even though I'm Catholic, the ceiling starts cracking and everything else. Well, we had a whole bunch of people in the back, and I called it the row of Jews and Gentiles. So I go up to take communion, and I'm going, oh no, this is not going to be pretty. I take the communion, I walk over to Mary, Richie's widow, and their girls that were there, and I leaned over to her ear, and I said, darling, if the ceiling starts to crack, head underneath the pew. I said, turn around and look at the gang of thieves that we have in the back with me. Laugh her behind off. And her daughters go, what'd you say? I said, and I whispered, and they were just laughing hysterically. And the priest looked at me and goes, oh, you're the guy they told me about. Oh, great. They're just what I wanted. Just what I wanted. But Richie, what I do when I do my seminars is mostly what I'm doing now. I tell stories and whatever. Richie's picture came up on one of my things, one of my slides, and I saw it, and I just, for the life of me, I couldn't move. My jaw, I was just like trembling. I'm going, okay, we got to get through this. I walked back to the front. I turned around and looked at everybody, and I said, and I will say this at everyone, it doesn't matter what I say tonight. If you learn a couple of things, wonderful. You may not remember half of what I say tonight. That's okay. I'm good with that. But remember,
Okay. I'll put it back on.
I know. Remember, smile as loud as you can each and every day, and we're going to be okay. And just on a little heavier note, both of my dads, my biological dad passed away in 1974 from cancer. My second dad, he wasn't my stepdad, he was my second dad. I had the honor of walking my mom down the aisle in 1993. For this gentleman is wonderful. I was the last one to see both of my dads alive. And I sang to my dads on both occasions. One was Wind Beneath My Wings. The other one was What a Wonderful World. And I don't know if I'm blessed or I'm cursed, but I'm a blessed man for everything I have in my life. I have made some mistakes in my life. I hopefully have made up for those mistakes. And no, each and every person that's out there, and if you're not out there listening, hopefully you will when it's recorded or whatever, nothing is fake here. I love you all. I thank you all. And most of all, I want to thank my Desi, my Casey, my Stephanie, my Shannon, Sean, Asher, Kellen, Caden, and Piper, my reasons why. And all of you out there are my reasons why we do this. Remember, just remember, folks, we are blessed to be able to do what we do.
You're a professional at this. You've hit it on the hour on the nose.
Nice.
You nailed it.
Not bad at all.
8:56. This is where like NBC, CBS goes to commercial, and then they go to the previews of next week. So just so you guys know what's coming up in the next couple of days on this show. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m., we have Nick Spinelli's live mix, followed by Shani Barnett's live mix on Saturday, followed by Sunday, David Sporn. And then on Monday, Mitch Taylor. And Mitch Taylor is going to be discussing how to overcome the 7 hurdles we face in business. And that should be an amazing seminar.
Banging seminar.
Amazing seminar. So if you guys can tune in this weekend and check out some crazy cool mixing by 2 studs in the business, actually 3 studs in the business, I think you guys are really benefiting on that. And Monday is going to be something that I'm looking forward to myself. Sean, you want to leave with anything?
Listen, what they just said, Shaney, Nick, amazing. If you have not seen David Sporn, listen in. The kid has got it. He's a millennial that gets it. And David, I love you to death. Shaney and Nick, and Nick, you better play YMCA for me or I'll come down there and hit you. When is Mr. Walter on, by the way?
That's a very good question. And being that Mr. Walter is doing the schedule, I think only Mr. Walter knows.
Good.
He hasn't staffed himself yet. Next week we have Mitch Taylor, Jamie Bodie, Rob.
Yeah, actually,
pronounce it?
Luka, put all the panelists up so we could see Eric.
Hello. Are we all up there?
There he is.
Gallery.
There he is.
There we go.
Now, Another thing. Mitch Taylor's on Monday night, a definite do not miss. It's a banging seminar. Woo!
And just so you guys know, we're recording every single one of these. So if anybody wants a copy, or we're going to try to put together like a massive 2-hour short of everything together once we're done. But if you do want a copy of the whole thing, Luka's charging $100 a hit. He's taking $99 of it. Sean gets $1.
No, wait a minute. Luka gets $99.90. I get the 10 cents.
It's
Luka,
Canadian.
Thank you. Oh, it's Canadian?
It's Canadian.
All right, you get $99.60. You're done. You're out.
Well,
thank you, Luka. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Eric.
I really hope that this inspired a few people tonight. I mean, like I said, I know a lot of people do know Sean, but I know there's some people that may not have had the chance to listen to him for a full hour. And I know there's some people watching this tonight that may be like, I'm really inspired by what was just said. And we're really happy to be bringing this to you. And we're really happy to be able to share our stories and everything that we're doing with the world. 12,000 plus people on DJ Idea sharing, and I'm sure there's some people watching with husbands and wives and kids right now that are a little bit inspired by what you said, and I think everybody should be, and I think this is great, and way to open everything up. And don't cry.
Oh, stop. Listen, one last thing, guys, everybody, please take care of yourself. Please be safe. Stay safe. And if anybody wants to IM me, please do with your phone number. And also, one last thing, I sing over 3,000 happy birthdays every year.
I was just going to mention that.
Yeah. And now I'm doing it for the kids of my friends now, too. We're in big trouble.
Well, Sean, we got about 30 seconds left. Would you mind singing us out with something? Anything. Whatever works for you.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby.
Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. We really appreciate it. Until next time, thank you.
Peace out. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, Luka.
Thank you, Luka.
Luka, you the man.
I think there's people still here, though.
Hi, kids. How are you?
I think there's people still here. But thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it.
This is the bonus material.
Oh, yeah.
Material.
I promise I won't cuss. I just want to get yelled at by Drax.
I just wanted to say one thing while we're sitting here. I think she's still watching. Sunday morning, if anybody wants to watch Betsy's dance.